Sag, welcome to your bonus in-depth reading. That is yours and theirs. I hope you are well. I hope you are fabulous. Like always with yours and theirs, take what resonates, leave what does not, and reverse those energies as you see fit. More so with yours and theirs, as energy exchange and interchange is real, rapid, and fluid. Having said that, your person that I see on this board today, might include the energies of a significant other, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, lover, etc. But also, do keep in mind, I'm just as like to see other things as well, such as work stuff, family stuff, spiritual stuff. Okay? Happens all the time. That being said, to the greater extent of things, these are still general collective readings, which is to say you may not resonate with any of it, right? Normal. If that happens, check your other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. So, there you go. People, does it have to be about love stuff? No. I think I've made that clear in the intro, but just FYI, expect to see other stuff. It could be all about that love, okay? I never know until the cards are on the table. Some of you are going to show me stuff about work, you know? Some of you will show me things about your spiritual growth, all right? It's all good. That's why we're here. What's going on for Saggy? Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but as I just said, reverse energy as you see fit, if at all. What's going on? The Chariot, King of Wands, Seven of Wands. Ooh, okay. Aren't you a force? Two of Wands, the Moon, Nine of Cups. Okay. A Hanged Man. Yeah. That would make sense at this time. King of Swords and the Eight of Wands. At some point it will be taken off pause. Overview. Four of Pentacles for you. Holding on, stubborn. You got some go my own way energy right now. Adamant too. You're holding on to that. Stubborn. It's kind of like saying on your downline, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And right now, all you're showing me is that you're moving forward powerfully and that you are protective of that stance. It's like nothing shall interfere. It's not that you're saying this energy isn't welcome. It's just overall, your energetic direction is such as that don't interrupt me. This is my focus right now. I have no plans to deviate from this course. I am moving forward. I have the energy to back it up and also defend my position. So it's kind of like I'm just, look, I'm doing my own thing and I'm serious about it. I'm psyched up for it. I feel good about it. I have no plans to change directions at this time. So that kind of influence to stop or halt my activities or what is it I tend to do is not welcome. Okay? So there you go. You are insisting on moving forward in some way. It's like there's something here you got to do. Four of Pentacles. You're holding on to that. Okay, over here. Two of Wands, the Moon, Nine of Cups. I don't know what's going on with whomever this is. They're a little quiet at this time. They have some decision-making within them that suggest opening up to self-interest, self-love, Nine of Cups, honoring their own personal sense of wishes and how they feel, but it's quiet under the Moon. That's for them to process. It's for them to work through. It doesn't seem to be active with you just yet, okay? So you are adamant about doing your thing and that you shall not deviate. It's almost like you're saying, I don't have extra energy to spare at this time. I'm very busy, very directed, highly engaged in my own path. Okay, so you're not actually looking for distractions. Okay, you got your blinders on. Okay, no distractions for you. And then over here, very quiet energy, contemplative. I will say this. It is interacting with its own moon energies. So there is room for this person in the space of self-discovery, wish fulfillment, and what it is that they desire and decisions around that. Okay, so we'll have to take a deeper look there. A Hanged Man, King of Swords, Eight of Wands, and then eventually, whatever this is, your two's connection is taken off pause. Right now it's in pause. I see that with the Hanged Man. Nothing's happening. But, well, physically, nothing's happening. Okay? Where either one of you can see it. You're not interacting with each other. That was my list. Just yet. The Hanged Man, King of Swords. But the contemplation is there. Focus is there. It's arriving. And it arrives in the form of communication eventually. All right, so let's get cracking. We're going to start right here in that Four of Pentacles that you're showing me. Yeah, Three of Wands. That's why it's like it's my time. It's my time to rise and shine. That's what that is. Yeah. No wonder, honey. I had a feeling it had to do with work, and that's why you're like, no distractions right now. I can't. Gosh, because I tell you what, it's like that's what you're saying. Don't bother me. But here's the thing. It's not negative. It's amped up. Your energy's upwards. It's just protective of itself. Its threshold, its cap is up here. And you're like, I'm trying to remain positive, but I've got a lot going on. And that's why you got your blinders on. You don't want distractions in your peripheral. It's like, here we go. I got a lot to do. And here's the thing. It is not news to you. You've been anticipating this, okay? You've been building into this. You have a lot of opportunity that you're currently working through, and here it is, okay? You are working on so much. Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. It could be that you have an influx of contract work. It could be that you're at the height of this particular opportunity and you're having to put in max effort. It could be that some of you have several jobs. I never really know. I just know that it was expected on your part. None of this is a surprise to you. So this is currently where you are. And it's like, I'm holding on to this. This is what I do. Okay? And this is where I'm at. And that's why your energy is so concentrated, but also capped. It's like, I have no room to spare, but I feel good about this, and I want to feel good about this. So yeah, right now, you are concentrating on work, career, no distractions. It's like, again, you have no energy to spare, but it's good. What you do have is good. So I like that. At least on the surface, what you're showing me is I'm channeling enthusiasm. I am channeling passion. I am channeling force of will, kind of there with the Chariot. Okay? All right. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and take a look at you in a more in-depth way. Now, on the outset, you're also showing me confidence. If you have more internal workings of conflict or doubt, that's not what you're showing me. But let's take a look. Because you've got a lot. You've got a lot going on. Good for you. You anticipated it. That energy's here. You're putting a lot of yourself into it. It's like I knew this was coming. Okay. Three of Pentacles. There it is. I knew I was going to see that night. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was like, you're going to show me the 4 and 3, aren't you? I just felt it. There's that 4 of Pentacles again and 3 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. It's not just you. This was a plan. So this was a plan that was built into over time. These are the steps you took to be here. That would also explain that 3 of Wands I'm seeing around these concepts of the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. That was a slow, and it's like now this is my time. I've been building up to this. Ooh, okay, here we go. Here it is, right? Now you're mainstreaming. And this is a Chariot. This is what you've been leading at. And now you're here. And now you're here. And it's like, I got no time for nothing else. And this is in cooperation with several folks, not just you. Don't get me wrong, you're carrying the brunt of the energy here and whatever this is, but I can promise you this is all hands on deck. So it's looking like you are connected to a couple of folks that are part of this plan, but you're the driving force. All right? All right, well done. Whatever it is that you are doing, good job. Keep at it. That's why you got your peripherals covered. It's like I have no room for distractions right now. Do you know how hard it is to maintain this level of energy for this? I say it. I do, actually. I completely get it. When you're the driver of multiple projects, yeah, you got a plan. You got a plan for that. But you're going to make this thing grow. You're going to make this thing thrive. You're going to make it produce. You want it to be a secure effort. King of Wands. I like what you're doing here. I completely get it. I appreciate it. I really, really do. I like how you were planning for all this activity. I knew all this was coming. Move it forwards. Okay. And the Hierophant and the Tower. Unexpected transformation. Hold on. Let me see that Seven of Wands real quick. When did that happen? When did that happen? Unexpected transformation, but that wasn't like yesterday. Strength. Six of Wands. Seven of Swords. And that's why you have your focus, or that's why you have your guard up. Yeah, no, I see you throwing yourself into earthly matters. That was large parts planned, and you're like, I'm not deviating from that plan. That I will not let that piece go. My plans will proceed in terms of your work career, which I think we've made very clear. That's what's in play for you. 3D, active. Active. And on the forefront, you're showing me confidence. I got this. I'm a trailblazer. This is what I do. But you made it very clear, no distractions. Very clear. Death. Hierophant. Tower. Nothing about that's casual. Nothing. Nothing about that is casual. That kind of suggests a heavy-duty transformation. There's so much energy in there. I'll just go ahead and point out the obvious. Scorpio as well as Taurus. You might have those very strong placements in your chart. Might have been of some sort of importance to you personally. Aside from that, lots of transformation around your spiritual self, your core beliefs, how they were shaken. Shaken radically. Whatever it is you thought you knew about commitment and change. That's something that you had been personally affected by. Just as an outsider looking in, no one would know you had that level of spiritual activity going on inside you, just rocketing around. How much you have changed, and some of your very deep core beliefs, spiritual beliefs. And I can see that there was some sort of upheaval in your life that you might say was an awakening. Others might call it a test. Others might call it inevitable. Some might call that divine intervention. I suppose it rather depends on your point of view and how you experienced it and how much you've worked through it. But I'm going to go ahead and default to awakening. Painful as that looks, it's spiritual awakening, and that's the kind of thing that takes a lot of time, layers unfold, as falsehoods about our beliefs are stripped away. Okay, they're transformed as well. And again, just to look at you as an outsider looking in, people can see you're busy. People can see that your time, energy, and effort is accounted for almost on a day-to-day. Okay, you're clearly active. I like how you did not shy away from your goals. It's like those will remain intact. That is unshakable to me. That has been in the works, and I will not deviate from that. I don't give a shit what happens. You're like, this is too important. Okay. I understand your goals, your outward goals. Your inner self has experienced so much transformation, it's hard to tell when it started. It doesn't look like it was yesterday. No. I strongly suspect you had a major awakening or occurrence some time ago, and it's something that still kind of takes your breath away in terms of how it impacts you and what you've learned from it and how much you personally have changed, because that's a lot of change in there. A lot. It's going to be one of those kind of changes that at first we don't see it as making us stronger. We think it's going to make us weaker. Like we'll never recover from that. Our core beliefs were rocked, shaken. Whatever it is we knew about ourselves in respect to commitment and transformation has been altered quite a bit. That's what I'm saying, awakening. It seems you have a stronger idea of who you are today than you did from whenever that moment occurred. Like I said, you don't know that that kind of thing is going to make you stronger. That has to unfold over time. And I can see why you're saying no distractions. I have no room to spare for distractions, because you're not wrong. You're saying you have your guard up, not for reasons of ego, but for reasons of strength. I believe you. 7 of Swords, 6 of Wands. Deviating and trying to get away from this idea of ego and appearance. It's like I don't really give a fuck about appearances. I just know, and all I know is that I'm trying to be strong. And that I need to show strength. Strength positive, not strength negative. In other words, strength as in ego in this respect. You're like, I guard myself for a reason, and I don't owe anyone an apology. Okay. Gosh. And you're right, you don't. You don't. You don't. But there's something here about I kind of stay away or stray away from this idea of trying to feed the ego or the need to be seen. I honestly just want to be left alone to do what it is that I need to do. And that requires strength of will and discipline, and I will enforce those standards. And I know part of you is protecting yourself and your energy because of that awakening you had. Something blew the door way off its hinges for you. Let's keep going. But I promise you, I know it probably is one of those things, that awakening that at the time brought you to your knees, but it made you stronger for it. There is much change there. Okay, we gotta move on. But that was absolutely fascinating. Now, will this be your energy forever? No. Is that your energy for now? Yeah. Okay. In terms of its safeguarding itself and having standards that might seem ridiculously high, but also it's like I don't owe anyone an apology. I exercise strength of will for the right reasons now. And also, P.S., I don't have the energy to spare others anyway, at least not at this time. No, that's very true. That's very real. All right. Let's see that 2 of Wands for this person. Ace of Wands, King, Ace of Wands, King of Swords. It's a match. Okay, one more. Ace of Cups. There's a decision there. All right, King of Swords, 8 of Wands. So we already kind of know who's going to foot that particular bill. Not that I mean to put it in a negative way. It's just an expression. It's just an expression. But yeah, it's within this person. It's within their decision. Apparently they're marked with the decision. And it's an active one about opening up and communicating. They have to be focused. It has to be a choice. I mean, it has to be a choice. Okay. An acknowledged, conscious choice to communicate from a space of love. Okay, this person has to choose to open up. Why them, not you? I don't know. Well, let's keep going on and take a look at that moon. But it has to be a choice to open up and speak to love or speak from a place of love. It may not be a declaration of love, but it's a choice to speak from love. Okay? All right. The moon, what's up? What's going on? But we're still learning things. here with the moon. Secret things. And I grant you, it's active. Okay, 5 of Pentacles. It's active. So, 2 of Cups and the Sun. And the secret things that someone here is working through. And I congratulate them. Going down Moon Avenue can be terribly uncomfortable for people. This is the stuff I've been ignoring. This is the stuff I didn't want to look at. This is the kind of murky area that we call illusion and fantasy and and then truths that we bury, so we call them secrets. So it's just a big pool of all that. Okay, so the willingness to go into said pool, or Moon Avenue, as I sometimes call it, takes a conscious effort. So I'm happy to see that this person is showing me conscious mind and decision-making around what they've buried, which is good. That's suggesting that they're trying to learn, and someone's actually going in there and take the stuff out of the moon. And what does that involve itself with? 5 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, the Sun. There are issues here concerning abandonment, love, and happiness. And it's a very uncomfortable topic for this person. Very uncomfortable. How we might have unknown tendencies here, or secret tendencies, to self-sabotage or abandon loving, happy dynamics. Why does that happen? Well, ask anyone who has a poor attachment style, be it anxious or avoidant. It doesn't matter. You will have abandonment issues in some way. Okay, and then depending on your attachment style, you will play into it in some way. Absolutely. Very rarely are people secure. You know? That takes us having some serious shit before we understand that we can be secure with ourselves. That was a little hint to your side of the board. I'm not saying you're the world's most secure person, but I like how you told me, look, I defend myself, what I'm doing and what I'm not doing, because it's true for me. And I don't owe anyone an apology for that. And I don't have to change my course if I don't want to. It tells me that you're secure with the subject, even if you feel like it's coming from a very difficult place in your life. Anyway, as we've addressed. But that tells me that you're becoming better acquainted with this idea of strength, and what does that mean? And for this person, in their moon, there's a tendency here, like I said, to abandon true love or happy emotional connections, and that was left unchecked and perhaps unregulated for a long time. So yeah, it has to be a conscious choice then for this person to speak and speak through love. It has to be their choice. That means we have to address things like abandonment and why do I tend to push away from or not participate in true love, happy dynamics. Somebody has to be willing to look at that, and guess what? That's a very uncomfortable subject. So that speaks to a connection to you. Did they abandon, break from, or not completely invest in, emotionally or otherwise, in a connection with you once upon a time? Okay, 9 of Cups. And that would also suggest then that they have to trust themselves enough to come forward and present their words. That it have to be coming from a loving space that they can step into and claim and acknowledge. Okay. 9 of Cups, clarified by the 10 of Wands, the 6 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard for this person to create balance, but indeed that's what's being offered, or at least I see the proposal of it. I know you're not open to distractions right now, but just, and I don't know that you would necessarily interpret what they have to offer as a distraction. It's just, you're telling me, if need be, I will defend my position, and if I don't want to deviate, I won't. You know? So whether or not you will change course for this person, to hear what they have to say, because it seems like communication will come through in time. Well, that's up to you. Let's go ahead and take a look at that Hanged Man, about the pause, King of Swords, Eight of Wands. Perhaps we will have a better idea of when this might be taken off pause, if you will. But I do give this person full marks and or credit for looking at the stuff that was uncomfortable, that was buried within them. Not a lot of people will do that, and we're just going to throw them under the bus, like they're a jerk, they're selfish. Well, sometimes we need to be on pause or separated in order to do our work. In fact, more often than not, that tends to be the case. Because typically it's when we're already in commitments that two people dedicate themselves to doing the work in each other's proximity, because that's what they signed up for, right? But this was not that. And I think that's one of the things that shook you about this connection possibly, was your core beliefs around commitment were, I would say, radically readjusted when it comes to this person or this connection. And you had to learn that shit the hard way in connection to this person. Something to do with commitment. Was you really woke up to it, how you see it, perceived it, experienced it, or didn't experience it with this person. There was a lot of compare and contrast going on, and you had to learn some things about yourself the hard way. It makes a lot of sense. Okay. Anyway, the Hanged Man. Nine of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. On both sides. Like I said, that pause is necessary sometimes on both sides, because at some point you got defensive and walked, and it was returned to you. So it was back and forth. You both shared this in the Hanged Man, and you both think about your defensive energies and your blocking energies, and what the energy was like that led up to the Hanged Man and the pause. And so I don't know how long that happened. I have no idea how long that was in effect. I just know that it was. And Nine of Wands, Seven of Wands, you two basically were rough with each other there towards the end. Again, someone remained unavailable. We know who that was. And somebody else walked, but you were both kind of like, fuck you, towards each other. And it energetically. I don't know that you were actually physical. I hope not. I do not advocate violence. It's just I see where the energy got rough, angry, frustrated, and a little bit, like I said, a little bit fuck you on both sides. But yeah, it's Eight of Cups. We know kind of who wasn't emotionally available. Someone here has abandonment issues that were largely unaddressed about true harmonious unions that are actually quite happy and are healthy for us. And then I believe it was you that walked, and you had a lot of core beliefs altered when it comes to this connection. And I don't know. It seems like part of your discipline here, you said it's not about ego. It's about enforcing standards even if they're uncomfortable. I agree. I completely agree with you. I do. I just wonder now, if this person chooses to speak their words, will you listen? I don't know. There's proof of choice, not the absence of it. Perhaps I get an idea, but ultimately you call the shots. And so does this person. What I'm looking at them now, what I believe they're going to do, it might shift. But the Ace of Pentacles, I have to be honest with you, it looks pretty damn solid. And now it's coming from a space of Nine of Cups, which I know is more acclimated to self-interest, self-fulfillment, wish fulfillment. But yeah, realistically, will it be hard to balance this connection with you? Absolutely. They know that. Or they should do. All right. King of Swords. Yeah, there's the past. Five of Cups. No surprise. There's that Five of Pentacles. Okay, Ace of Swords. Hey, they're doing their job. Good. I'm going to move on because that was super simple call. I knew it. Good job for them, though. You've kind of done a lot of work. So it's not like I'm trying to take away. It's just they really focused on this person and their process, and I don't know why. But you had such a strong awakening and testament to whatever the situation was. Like I said, you better know yourself now, and you're prepared to reinforce it if need be. So I'm really not worried about you. It's just their stuff keeps coming up, and I can't deny that. I'm here to report. So I'm saying be happy this person's done the work. Imagine if they just stayed in the moon and they just were fucking around one day and decided to drop a line to you. Then you would get the same old shit, right? We don't want that. No change plus no change equals no change. So I'm happy to report to you somebody here's actually done the fucking work, or they're in the process of doing the work. And I don't see that too often. Okay, so the King of Swords here we are. Activated. There's that Five of Pentacles. Now it's activated knowledge and Ace of Swords. And guess what? I got news. They seriously regret that. They seriously regret that. And that's a truth now. That's a core truth now for this person. They regret this. They regret that what they experienced with you. There's a lot of regret. Five of Cups and sadness. It's like, I get it now. I get what I lost. And that was cooking in the background for this person the whole time. And guys, I don't do these kind of readings unless it's available. And this is what's available. To actually see somebody actively aware that they're remorseful. That they are actively aware of what they lost. Because they were willing to do the work and see what they lost. That's why a lot of people don't want to go near the moon. This is how I fucked up. I'd rather not talk about it or think about it because it's massively inconvenient. But then some people actually want to get in tune with it and figure it out because they don't want to keep carrying that feeling around indefinitely. It's the interest we don't pay. Or we think we don't pay at the moment, but we will pay later. If we don't do our work. Okay? We don't, people aren't a big fan of paying that interest. Okay? They're really not. But then they realize, oh, in time, they are paying it. Okay? So you might as well figure it out. Eight of Wands. Seven of Cups. Justice. Ace of Wands, and there it is. It comes on through in time. I don't know how long. That's projected outwards given the inactivity I'm seeing. It could be upwards to Libra season. Sorry, guys. I'm not going to make a timeline fit that doesn't. I've seen everything from references from this point forward to Gemini season to Leo season, which we're almost in, and then outwards to Virgo, then Libra. I don't think it's as far out as Scorpio, no. But no, that's the time when I see that communication that was back here cooking actually come forward. Okay, so it could be as far as Libra season, but hey, guess what? The Sag I'm looking at, you're not waiting, and I'm not telling you to wait. I'm saying the energy arrives when it arrives. It's available when it's available. It's ready when it's ready, so I'm not telling you to wait, and you aren't. You even said yourself you're not up for distractions right now, and you have no energy to spare. I actually believe you. You should take yourself seriously if that's true as well. So don't be sitting by your phone or your email. No. You've clearly got work to do. You've made that absolutely clear. But here's the thing. You've got such a strong sense of self and standards now. But yeah, it's Seven of Cups, Justice, Ace of Wands. The energy feels good. It literally feels good. It feels correct to open up when they're ready. When they acknowledge what they've lost. That's when they open up. When they understand what they've lost and it hurts and they understand it hurts, that's when the communication happens, okay? When they understand what they've lost, that's when I see the communication. Simply put. Time, I told you. Time, take out the word waiting, fuck waiting. We're not waiting. This is about time. Cycles happen when they happen, and that includes opening doors as well as closing them, and those moments in time, given time. Sorrow. What were the words out my mouth? When they understand what they lost, sorrow, loss, grief, depression. I hope not, but okay, it's possible. When they understand what they've lost in time, the communication comes through. Okay. Yeah, people think, oh, you just sit around making this shit up. Do I, though? 39. I know. You're in the trenches right now. You are in the trenches of that foundational energy effort right now. 39, community. This one kind of spun around. I see the gift. I see the Ace of Pentacles. It's not direct just yet. In time, it will be. Okay. In time. Number 17 and 39. Okay. And... okay, we had the letter N pop out. J, I, F, M, Little star, okay, little hopes. You're focusing on your tangible dreams and goals. Inside, you're still processing lots of stuff of that awakening, that influence, specifically having to do with commitment and how much your points of view around it have been changed and altered by this connection. And that's ongoing. That's ongoing. It's going to take a while to continue to unpack that, but you are doing phenomenal. And I like how you really are upholding your sense of self, standards, and direction. Let me put it this way. You're not looking at this person to talk to you. You're not. You don't expect it. Why would you? Last thing stood, you told each other to fuck off in some way. Spiritually, emotionally, or physically, you know? So yeah, that when I tell you it's on this person to understand and communicate from the heart, that's what I mean. And meanwhile, you're not looking for it. All right, we have the snowflake. Time of winter, yes, Scorpio energy. I'm convinced some of you have some strong Scorpio in your chart. But yeah, the season could be important to you as well. Person of influence as well. Okay. Saggy, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.